So I should be live, and yeah, hi everyone, welcome back to another live stream. Today, guys, is workout time, so no games, no nothing. Today is a workout stream. Um, and yeah, unfortunately, as I said many other times, it's very hard for me to do live streams outside on the park because there's always a lot of people around. And yeah, that's why these live streams, unfortunately, I'm always showing like leg routines or a leg workout, but that's just because of the fact that this is the routine I can do easily at home. Um, and yeah, so I apologize if you guys wanted to see maybe something different. I will try to start uploading more videos about like workouts, routines, all that stuff, because I feel like it's good to to not just do and study and be still, but it's always good to go outside, to work out, to train. So yeah. Um, so yeah, unfortunately, it's very hard to look at the chat. So yeah, Urara, hi, welcome. Yeah, so we'll try not to move the phone too much because it's in a very weird position. Let's just say like that. So I hope that you guys can see everything. This room is it's pretty wide. It's in the basement, so it's very like it's very nice. It's not too hot. So outside it's very hot, but here it's very nice and chill. So yeah. Um, so the routine I just want to give you guys is gonna be just a very easy body weight routine. Remember, when you don't have access to gym or weights and you can create an overload on your muscles, if you're gonna keep on progressing, you're gonna keep on adding strength, you need to train in a different way. You need to train using the metabolic overload. And many times the metabolic overload is it's not easy because you have to go through a lot of suffering, a lot of pain, a lot of burning. But yeah, it's just the only way that it's allowed. So yeah, I'm gonna now here warm up using this elastic band. Okay, so here yeah, sorry, the comments just couldn't see them, unfortunately. Okay, so yeah, you started catching the impact. Nice. There is a huge update coming, so that's very nice. And Legend of Me, hi, welcome. So yeah, let's go. So I will use this elastic band here just to assist me and to make me warm up a little bit better. So what I'm going to do simply is I'm going to take one step towards the right and one towards the left. And I'm going to just keep on doing this, alright? This is to train the abductors in the hip, right here, this area. That is very important to stabilize the hips as you do any leg workout. So it's always good to warm up these muscles. I'm gonna just do it here a couple of times. Right, this elastic band is not too tight, so I don't feel too much resistance. But yeah, just going left and right, just like this. I start feeling now a little bit of burning, but you have to keep going. So you have to be used to the burning, and you need to keep on going, even if you start burning. And yeah, it's just a feeling that you have to get used to if you're training only body weight or with very little weight other than your own weight. So I hope that you guys can see my face. It's very weird on the phone. Alright, that should be it. I'm gonna try now to let's see if I can do that. I'm gonna try to make the camera stick to an angle, so fully it's not gonna change lighting, because sometimes it goes darker and brighter and it just keeps on changing. It's very bad. Anyway, alright, so that was that. So now I'm gonna just do the same thing but going sideways. So I'm gonna just do something like this. Alright, turning the toe inwards and then upwards when I'm just moving my full leg outwards. This is for the hips here again, just to open them up, to start warming up the area, to loosen it up. Remember, warm up is very important, guys, for any exercise you might be doing or you might start training. It's very important that you warm up the area. So in this case, I'm going to do a leg workout, so I need to warm up the hips and also the quads. So that's the most important muscle groups I will be using today. So yeah, that's why I'm doing this. So this is one side. I saw a comment, I'm going to just read it in a moment. Alright, and then just change inside. Careful not hitting anything. So just feeling this stretch on the hips, right here. That's what you want to feel. So yeah, I see some comments. I'm gonna just take a look at them in a moment, guys. Alright, let's see here. Unfortunately, I don't have the computer now, so I need to look at all the comments here from the phone. Why you so strong? I don't consider myself to be that strong. I just train. I like training. I like exercising. Feeling that I'm progressing, I'm improving somehow compared to how I was in the past. And yeah, I like doing it. So I like to because I know that it's good for my body, and I know that it's gonna it's something I enjoy doing, measuring myself against my past self, so trying to improve from there. So that's why I do it. And yeah, but I wouldn't say that I'm strong. Then here I have another comment. From Andrew, hi, welcome. Do you run as well? I don't run because I don't like running because of the effect it has on the knees. Recent studies have shown that the running, so the impact every time that you run, that impact of jumping, that it's prolonged, it's repetitive, can over time can cause some degeneration to the knee especially. So no matter how good your running technique is, no matter how good your positioning, your movements are, it's a risk factor. So I've never liked running, so I prefer instead going with the bicycle. So I like to do some runs with the bike, going faster, going slower, just going for a long run, and yeah, but just using the bicycle. So that's what I prefer to do. Or if I do anything with like jumping, I prefer doing it like jump squats or frog jumps, those type of exercises, but that are limited. It's not something repetitive that you do like hundreds or thousands of times. It's just you do it for the set and then that's it. So yeah, thank you for the question, guys. Okay, so now here the next part of the workout, if the warm-up is going to be loosening the hips in the sagittal plane. So in this case, what you're going to do is you're going to do just this. So just moving the leg towards the front and then towards the back, right? I'm pretty sure that you guys can see on the camera what I'm doing. So I'm trying not to move the hips too much, so not doing this, right? So I'm not moving my trunk, but trying to be still and to just move the leg. So really feeling a bit of stretch on the back side of the leg when my leg is in the front, and then feeling the stretch over here when the leg is in the back. So that's pretty much it. This is very, very basic warm-up. You might have seen it many other times. You might be doing it yourself. You might have seen others doing it. It's basic, but it's just the most efficient one. So that's why everyone does it. Alright, then the other side now. trying to swing the leg back and forth, but keeping your trunk like still, not moving it too much. All right. All right, nice. So here, what I like to do is I like to again take the elastic band and I do the same exercise I did before, I do it again. So it's like double warm up for the abductors. And with this, normally I consider the warm up of the hips area enough, and then I just warm up the quads next. So again here, elastic band, and then one step towards the right and one towards the left, and just keep on going. Always keeping the legs straight, not moving the knee, and not moving the legs towards the front. Keeping your legs all the time towards the side. So now I feel the burning already. I just keep going a little bit more. Okay, I was almost falling. Nice. All right. So that's enough for the hips for now. So now it's the quad. So very simply, a very good way to warm up the quads is just to, or you can do like some little jumps like this, right? Jumping jacks, because you are a little bit flexing with your knees, right? You are fighting against gravity, so that's why you need to activate the quads as you move up or down. Ouch. See here, for example, I'm jumping, right? But it's not something like running that you do for thousands of times. Alright, so that's one thing. And then another thing I like to do when I warm up the quads is I like to do the what's called the slow squat. So the slow eccentric of the squat. So I just position myself like in a normal squat, right? Stance. And then something very important is that you push with your feet upwards as you would like to slide, right, to open up the floor. Like you're talking something and you want to just take it apart. That's the feeling they have to have. So not just standing, but pressing against the outside as if you want to like move the floor away. And this is something very important because this makes you activate the external rotators and the abductors of the hip, and therefore you are more stable to the hips. Not only you're training these muscles, that is very important, also you're more stable in the motion. So yeah, that's a little trick I've learned recently. And yeah, so squat stance, all right, pushing towards the outside, and then just going slowly down and up. Slowly down, always pushing, so always you push the floor apart and then up. Up, so I count about like 5 seconds until I reach the 90 degrees angle, and then I push up, I squat up. Always with the feet as if you wanna take the floor apart. Very, very important. Alright. And as I get looser as well in my joints and I feel more confident, I can start going a little bit lower, right? If your flexibility allows you to, you can also do that. I'm counting about maybe 7 seconds until I reach the complete squatting position in the bottom. All right. Nice. So yeah, I saw a comment. I'm gonna just take a look at it a little bit in a moment. And I just do 15 of this. All right. So I should be around like 9 now. So I'm gonna do 6 more. All right, 10. So just 5 more. Good. And this is a very good way to warm up the quads. You know, it's already an exercise, but you're also, because it's always body weight, it's also a warm up. All right. 3 more. Good. Now I start going a little bit deeper, trying to really feel as well the hips moving. Nice. I think this is the last one. All right. Ooh. So let's see here. Comment. Hopefully, you can look at it. All right. So Angelo, hi, welcome. Yeah, don't worry. Even if there aren't many people following the stream, I don't really care. I just wanted to do a different type of live stream, you know, not always doing games or other stuff. I just wanted to show that it's important to work out. If you can do a muscle up, you're extremely strong. Yeah, but the fact is that strength, you know, can't be measured just by one thing. So because there are different types of strengths. So of course, if you train for a certain motion or movement, of course you're gonna get stronger at that movement and you're gonna be better at doing it, right? So if you train a lot your squats, you're gonna become stronger at doing squats, right? But being strong at doing squats doesn't mean that you're strong also in doing, I don't know, upper body exercises, right? Because if you don't train them, you can't be strong at them. So, you know, it's always relative. And therefore, I would say that if you're someone that does calisthenics, so you train body weight, like pull-ups, dips, you know, push-ups, all these type of movements, then of course the muscle up is a good goal to reach because it's a motion that implies explosiveness. You need to have enough strength, technique, and it's a combination, you know, 2 different exercises. So it's yeah, in my opinion, it's like that. All right. So yeah, I hope that answered your question, guys. So unfortunately here, the only problem with this basement is that there is no wind, there is no air, and so sometimes the air becomes too still, you know, and I start sweating like an animal. And I just done the warm up. Look. Okay. So yeah, I need to keep this. Alright, so now what I'm gonna do next, guys, is I'm gonna just keep going through my routine, and I'm gonna now do a certain 3 sets of squats. Alright, again, it's gonna be slow eccentrics, but in this case I'm gonna use an elastic band, and now I'm gonna place this elastic band around my knees, right? So I'm gonna place my legs close to one another like this. I'm gonna put the elastic band like this. Alright, and I'm gonna like do a tie. I'm gonna tie it tight around my knees, see here, so that when I try to open up my legs, right, my hips, the elastic band is resisting, so my knees are going inwards. So I need to actively push upwards to keep them in a good position. Alright, so that's the first thing. I'm gonna just reinforce here this thigh. Alright. Alright. That should be enough. Alright, so now here what happens is that if I go into a squat stance, I need to actively push upwards, right? Because the elastic band is pushing my knees in, see? So I need to actively push them upwards. So this is again to reinforce the idea that when you're doing squats, you should always not just sit, right, and just be in this position, but you should always actively push towards the outside. So you should engage your hips, external rotators and abductors. And the elastic band just gives you that extra feedback so that you can understand what it feels to push upwards with your legs. And then here again, I'm doing the eccentrics. So in this case, I'm going to go a little bit faster. So from here and up. I'm going to just move this, not though, because it's painful on my leg. I'm going to just move it here towards the front. Okay, like that. Yeah, perfect. Alright. So I hope that you guys can see what's happening here with my legs and the elastic band. 3, 4. Always actively pushing with your knees upwards. That's the goal. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Again, 15 here I'm going to do. 12. 13. 14. 15. Alright. So those were the first 15. I'm going to now rest about 30 seconds. And then I will keep on going. Do you know what the impossible squat horse stand is? Nope. I've never heard about that. So I wouldn't really know. I had to search because I don't know what that is. But yeah, I assume it's something where you place your body in a very weird position, and therefore you have a lot of weight, like your quads have to overcome a lot the weight of your body. So I assume it's something like that. Alright, let's go. Again. So stance, pushing with the knees upwards and keeping pushing with the knees upwards. That's the trick, because you need to keep on pushing, otherwise the knees go in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5 more, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Alright. Again, I'll take 30 seconds, 40 seconds of resting. Okay, so it's when you sit in a squat in the down state for as long as possible. Wait, do you refer to just the squat hold or maybe the wall sit? So maybe you're speaking about this exercise. I'm gonna show you from the side where you just are against something, and from here you just reach like this position, and then from here you hold, right? You have to hold with your legs. So are you referring to that position? Or maybe even without the back support, just maybe here, try holding. But it's not super hard. So I don't know why it would be called impossible. Because it's not super hard. Not against the wall, just in the air. Yeah. Okay, so it's the squat hold. So I call it squat hold because it's like the bottom portion of a squat and you're just holding it. Instead of going up and down, you're just holding it there. Fernando, hi, welcome. So, something wrong with your eyes? Yeah, let's go. It's already too late. I rested too much. Let's just go. Okay, so stance, pushing with the knees upwards and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ah, man. Okay. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, man, and 15. All right. All right. So that was it. Yeah, I'm sorry once again, guys. I said it before. If the phone lightning is going up and out, it's just because of the fact that the phone is I actually always trying to adjust the lightning, and I just can't remove the option. So yeah, I tried it before, but when I do live streams, it doesn't work. I can't make the lens to focus just one point so that there is the change in lightning. And yeah, it's just very annoying. Okay, so it's called horse stand for Chinese people who do it for hours. Oh yeah, I see. Okay, yeah. So it's the, is it? Yeah, I understand what you're saying. So yeah, I already did 3 sets. I'm gonna take this off now. Okay. Oh, nice. Ooh. A little bit of air. Oh. Air, air, air. So yeah, I think that it's called the sumo squat. The one that where they're like this, right? And they're just with bricks or whatever, and they're just holding like this position for a very long time. So yeah, that's very hard. That's very advanced. And yeah, you need to have a lot of stamina and especially endurance on your muscles to be able to do that. And yeah, so that's just it. It's an exercise that always I like to do, the holding, the isometric. Of course, it's not for hours, but It's like when you're like this and you just hold, right? And you try to hold for maybe 10 seconds, 20, 30, and then you try to mix the exercises, because in order to make it a little bit more challenging, right, and not just static, you can just mix exercises. All right, so those were 3 sets, right guys? 15 reps with the elastic band. So really trying to push the legs upwards. And now very simply, I'm gonna grab this. All right, you should be able to see. And I'm gonna just do my normal lunges, right? So in this case, I'm switching from 2 legs to just a single leg, right? So I'm gonna do some lunges. I'm gonna do both forward and backwards lunges. So in that way, there's a bit of changing. And yeah, I'm gonna just alternate the legs. So let's start with the backwards one. So from here, just 1 step backwards, and you kneel, just like this. And you try to touch the floor with the other knee. So with the knee of the other leg. So that's 3, 3, 4. And again here, very important, not going in with the knee like this, but always keeping the knee straight, following your foot. 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, and 10. And now I'm going to do 10 forward. So in this case, you are actually making a step forward, then you go backwards, just like this. 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, and 10. Right, so that's pretty much 20 lunges each leg. All right, a lot of sweating. Okay. So you did it for 5 minutes, wow. Oh, you got strong. A headache? No way. Rip. Yeah, that's just hard. It's a very hard stance to keep, for especially for a very long time. Yo, BTD JL, I think it's you. So don't worry. Welcome back. I hope that you have a nice vacation. You were in the beach, so I hope that you had a fun and a very nice time. And yeah, so hope that you guys are enjoying the stream. You know, even if there aren't many people now live watching it live, I don't really mind. I just keep on explaining, you know, things, because in that way, even people that are gonna watch this video afterwards, you know, they're gonna be able to maybe learn something new. So yeah, I wanted to start doing these streams though more frequently. Maybe even not streams, but more videos. I want to start uploading more videos about, you know, workout routines, fitness, and all that stuff. Because yeah, I haven't done so in the last couple of months, and I think that's something that I should change. So yeah, let's go. And just keep on going here with the lunges, right? I'm gonna do 2 more sets. Again, 10 reverse, 10 forward. 2, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. And right away, the forward ones. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, and 10. All right. So it's pretty easy. It's not very difficult doing it down, body weight. But it's the fact that I'm adding more and more volume, total volume. So that's why it counts at the end. Yeah. So any new comments here? Yeah. Nice. So if you guys have dumbbells or any kind of weights, you can of course add weight to your own body weight when you're doing any of these workouts. When did you get glasses? I always had glasses. Since I was like 13 years old, I always had glasses. And yeah, when I'm sweating a lot, they just slide off. And sometimes I just take them all away because of that. But yeah, in order to see well, to see the comments especially, I need to use the glasses. Okay, so let's start again. I'm gonna just take some air here. Oh, some fresh air. Okay, let's start with the reverse lunges. This is gonna be the last set. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, and 10. Now forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, and 10. All right. Yeah. If you guys could believe how much I'm sweating, it's insane. Like just doing these very basic exercises is making me sweat like a lot. I don't see anything. That's going to need glasses. Yeah, it's I don't know if you guys remember when I said it, but we have recently moved to a new house, and therefore my room is different. All the house, of course, is different, and this is a room in the basement. So it's a little bit fresher than the rest of the house because right now it's very hot outside. It's insane how high the temperature is outside. And even if I'm training here, that it's, you know, fresher, it's colder, it's still very hot. Especially after you start doing workout, like it's insane how quickly my body just develops very high temperature. And yeah, so actually if I open up the door here, right, I don't know if you can see, but these are the stairs. See the stairs? So from here you just go to the other part of the house. You go into the floor 0 or base floor. And yeah. And here we have the garage. So it's even fresher right there, but there is no lighting. So there are no lights, so I have to be here. Oh, all right. All right, that's enough. That's 2 minutes. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go a little bit of volume on the squats. Oh, yeah, I need to take this off though. I'm sorry guys for those of you who don't wanna see, but this thing is completely soaked in sweat. It's completely wet, so it's very, very annoying to wear. Oh, so I'm gonna just take that off. All right. Yeah. Whew. So let's do this now. I'm gonna now concentrate a little volume on the squats. So I'm gonna do, let's see, 50 squats, 5 times, 50 squats. Let's see how it goes, and we'll just start, and then let's see how I feel, and I'm gonna just keep on going or not. So I will do the squats as I normally do them. But in this case, the little trick is, again, as I said before, that you wanna place yourself with your feet as you would like to move the floor apart. So you have to push with your feet upwards, especially with your knees, to activate the hips. So that's the only thing I'm gonna change. Rather than that, I'm gonna just try to do the squats. All right, let's see how it goes. Ten. 20. 30. Yeah, I'm already a bit tired, so let's do just 50. All right, 40. I already feel the burning a little bit in my legs. That's why I don't want to really go too much. I need to do more sets, so. All right, and that is 50. So I took 1 minute and 25 to do 50 squats. Not too bad. So I'll take now about 1 minute of resting. All right. Yeah, it's not the kitchen, it's the basement. But we have a fridge, we have some things, some goods here. Oh wow, you encountered Kaka Josh in BTB battles. Wow, nice. He still plays. All right. Oh, very, very hard. When your body gets too hot because you're training in a hot environment, it's very tough to do the exercises. That's why if you go to gyms, there is always the air conditioner, because in a lower temperature the body performs better. For example, at about like between 18 and 20 degrees, maybe even lower, I don't remember exactly the study, the research. Anyway, the body just works perfectly at those temperatures. So 18 degrees, right, around there. So here, for example, I'm sure that the temperature might be about like 24 degrees, 25 degrees, and there isn't much air, you know, that it's taking away my sweat, so I can keep on sweating. It's very humid, and therefore my body just struggles to dissipate the heat, and it becomes overheat inside, so I'm overheating, and therefore my muscles function not properly. So it becomes a lot harder to do many things and to exercise at all. So yes, very tough to train when there is no wind, and there is no cold temperatures. Nice. All right. So good luck with your battle with Kaka Josh, and I'm gonna just continue here. So I rested about 2 minutes. So I rested a bit more than what I should have, but I just feel, I don't know, as I said before, overheated. I just feel like that. So, but there's nothing I can do, so I just keep on going. So again, squats. In this case, I will try to do a slightly wider squat, so that, you know, slightly different. And again, let's go for 50. Empty. Okay. So I'm always here trying to keep my knees upwards, so not bringing them in. It's getting tougher. All right, 40. All right, 50. Nice. Again, I took roughly the same amount of time. I took 1 minute and 25, so I'll take it. All right. Yeah, in 10-15 minutes, I'm gonna probably be doing the last couple of exercises, and I might be just stretching. So, the fridge is cold, true, but I just can't refresh this whole area with just the fridge, and also because of the fact that it if it stays open too much, it's gonna like start doing ping ping alarms, beeps, and yeah. So, but definitely it's colder. All right. Whew. Let's rest just 20 seconds more. What's the easiest push-up, sit-up, or squat? I would say squats is easier because every time that you're sitting on a chair to eat or for any other activity, you are squatting, right? You're squatting, you're sitting, and then you're sitting up. So I would say that squatting is the easiest movement. Of course, going into a proper depth might not be easy, but that's something that you unlock as you train. But yeah, push-ups is a little bit harder, but because of the fact that, you know, if you don't have ever trained your triceps or your chest, your shoulders, it's not gonna be easy to do the movement, right? Because the muscles are not used at pushing so much. And sit-ups, again, because the core, we use it for many different things, but you always use it more for stability rather than using it for motion. So again, you need to train. So I would say that squats is the easiest between the three exercises. Yeah, probably resting inside the fridge and then closing the door could be an idea. Unfortunately, it's not big enough and I just don't fit inside. Also because there is a lot of food inside, so that's a good idea, but I can't fit. All right. Again, I rested too much, but that's okay, I guess. So let's do this. Let's do the last 50 squats, right? The last set. And in this case, I'm gonna have a more narrower stance, keeping my feet closer. Again, always trying to, you know, rotate the feet a little bit upwards, so that I can rotate upwards as well with my hips and with my knees. But yeah, not too much. So I would say like this stance should be good enough, not too narrow, right? So let's go. All right. Oops. $20. 30. Come on. 40. 10 more. 50. Again, 1 minute 25. So I took roughly the same amount of time. Whew. Oh man. Yeah. I don't feel that great, if I have to be honest. I feel like crap. With all this heat, I feel like crap. There isn't a single little bit of wind, of air circulating, and it's just killing me off. I could do this. Just a little bit. Oh. All right. Oops, my bad. Okay, I've never worked out and did 54 push-ups in 30 seconds. Is that good? Yeah, that's pretty good actually. Because like in 30 seconds, 54 push-ups is a lot. Most likely, you weren't using the full range of motion, so you weren't going deep enough and locking out the elbows, because the motion, you know, is just it's longer. So, you know, probably you did reps that weren't full range of motion, but still it's pretty good number, especially if you've never trained. So yeah, congrats. Just try to work out better rather than doing a lot of numbers. Just try to focus on the quality. So how are you doing the reps? Concentrate on the motion, you know, doing it correctly, pushing, going deep enough, you know, keeping a good posture, chest open, shoulder blades back and down. And then when you push, always extending completely the elbows. And yeah, so just make sure you can do that. Yeah, I think the world record in 30 seconds was like 61 or 62 reps. It was insane, but again, these guys were using a very particular technique. They were required to go low only with the chest, because they needed to touch with the chest, I think something in the floor, and therefore they were arching their back. They were doing push-ups like this with their only moving their upper chest, so their hips wasn't almost moving. And instead, on a real push-up, your hips must be always going up and down with your shoulders. But in their case, the hips were here, and they were just moving the upper body, so just the shoulders. And that's of course cheating, because that's not actually doing real push-ups. But yeah, the record was just to see touching something with the chest and then extending the elbows. So they weren't looking at other things like the position of the hips, the legs, and all the stuff. And that's why the numbers were so high. But in reality, the numbers are never that high if you do push-ups properly. That's why it's an unofficial world record. So it's not an official, you know, Guinness World Record. It's something unofficial that has never been, you know, this record has never been officially recognized. So yeah. All right. Right, it's almost an hour, the live stream. So after these 150 squats, I've done some lunges, I've done the eccentric ones. Yeah, I feel like I've covered most of the movements, right? Now at the end, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do something explosive, right? So some jumps, again, not many, but just to finish off, you know, the legs. So I'm gonna do some what's called front jump instead of jumping forward, I'm gonna just jump in the same spot. And then at the end, I'm going to just do some exercises here for the anterior part of the calf here, for both legs. And yeah, that should be it. So I'm going to use this, probably like this, right? Oh man, like I haven't moved in probably like 3 minutes, right? I'm resting and I'm still sweating. New sweat coming out. All right, anyway. So for frog jumps, you need to concentrate on two things. First of all, just jumping away from the floor, so you need to, you know, be in the air. Second thing, you need to touch with your butt the heels. So that's a requisite. So you need to touch with your butt your heels. And now if you don't have enough flexibility, as I don't have enough, I can do a perfect squat, you know, keeping my balance and reaching with my butt the heels, right? So I do is like I bring my feet, so I lift up the heels from the floor, so in that way I can go a little deeper without, you know, sacrificing the flexibility, especially the hamstrings. And that way it's easier. So that's how I do it. And that's how I recommend to anyone that hasn't a great flexibility in their hamstrings, how to do it. So you start from the bottom position, so from here, all right, and from here, you just jump in the place. So here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Woo! Woo! Nice. So those were 20 frog jumps. Easy. So yeah, this exercise, if you do it outside, and you can also jump forward rather than jumping in the same place, it's a killer for your quads, because of the fact that if you lift up the heel right from the ground, you completely stretch the quad, especially the vasti, so the medialis, the intermedius, and the lateralis. So the medial one, the lateral one, and the one in the middle. And therefore, by stretching completely these muscles, and then you contract them, because then you need to jump, so you need to have your leg straight. You completely stretch these muscles, and then you completely contract them. So it's the complete range of motion, as you can never do in a squat, and therefore it's a killer. Plus, of course, you have the explosive part, because you need to jump. And yeah, it's very nice. It's I always like when I do 30 in a row of these frog jumps, it's always very burning, a lot of burning in my quad, and yeah, it's a great way to complete the routine. So I'm gonna do just one more set of this, so just 2 sets, not 3 but 2, again of 20, and then I'm gonna just do the last exercise for the tibialis anterior, for this part of the calf on the front part, and then I think that's gonna be it. I'm gonna stop the live stream, but of course I'm gonna stretch. I'm not gonna show you the stretching, but it's something that you guys should be doing. Actually, I'm gonna just stop the stream after the stretch. I'm gonna even show you the stretch. Why not? Alright. So, 2 minutes resting. Let's go. 20 more. Alright. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Oh. Woo! Man. Woo. Nice. Woo. Oh. Yeah, I don't mind. Thank you for the likes. I hope that you are appreciating and like this type of videos. Being a physical therapist, I like to train, but at the same time, I have a rehabilitative approach to training. So I always consider the exercise not just for the good, in terms of tension, so much tension on the muscle the exercise can create, but how safe is the exercise for your joints, for your muscles, for your tendons, ligaments, and so on. So Yeah, that's why I try to give you guys advices on how to do sometimes some exercises. And yeah, so thank you for the likes, for the thumbs up. Um, so if you want to upload more than one video a day, I think you need to reach a certain amount of subscribers in your channel. You have to unlock a feature on YouTube. I think that's what it takes. Now here, I'm gonna try to move it a little bit more like this, I don't know. And now, alright, the last exercise is gonna be this. Walking on the heels. So I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see my feet, but I'm gonna just lift my toes up. Alright, like this. Probably you can see this. See? My toes not touching the floor. So I'm on my heels, but I'm leaning a little bit backwards. And then here I just keep on walking like this. So I keep walking back and forth, keeping my toes up. I never make them touch the ground. It's a little bit of a robot march. It's weird, but it's very effective to activate and to train these muscles as you move, right? As you walk. Let's go to the other side now. All right, and then do about 1 minute, all right? So 1 minute of walking, like this. Resting 30 seconds, not too much. And then going again for another walk of 1 minute. Oh. Oh. Yes. Some air. Oh. Oh. All right. Let's go. So again, lifting up the toes and walking on the heels. Okay, let's change side. Last 20 seconds. It burns a lot. But keep on having the toes up. Don't give in. And down. Oh, all right. Whew. So that was it, guys. That was the routine for the day. It was mostly the anterior chain, as you could see, so especially quads, a little bit of here, the anterior part of the calves, and then a little bit of the hip flexors. So yeah, that was the routine. So now stretching. I'm gonna just show you a couple of exercises. You probably know this for the stretch. Now going into the stretch of the quads and at the same time stretch of the hips, you wanna just grab a towel like this. You wanna wheel it around your ankle, all right, like this, and then you wanna just lean towards something. You wanna actively pull your leg towards the back. So you wanna do this first, all right? So you wanna keep here as you are flat, right here. So you don't want to have your hip flexed, all right? Like this. So keeping the hip here extended, and then from here, keeping this position, you use the towel to flex more the knee. See here? Keeping the hip fixed, I'm flexing more or less the knee. So you need to flex the knee until you feel some tension. When you feel the tension, just stop it there and hold. And hold for 30 seconds. So count until like 30. Don't count too fast. All right. And then you just change legs and you do the same. You should try to relax your muscles in a way the stretch is more optimal. All right. So that's pretty much one of the basic stretches for the quads. You can also do it changing the arm. So I'm gonna repeat it. But in this case, rather than grabbing with my left arm, my left leg, I'm gonna grab with my right arm, my left leg. So it's gonna be a little bit of external rotation as well. So I'm gonna show you from the front. Like this. Right, so see that it's not, the leg is rotated upwards as well. So you have that extra benefit of stretching a little bit the anterior portion here of the thigh. And as well, you have a more effective stretch on like this sartorius muscle. You have on these muscles that are both flexors and internal radials. Actually, the sartorius is an external rotator, but in this extended position, you stretch it anyway. All right. Again, the hips here, same, so being leveled, and yeah, just stretching the quad. So one leg, then I'm gonna do the other one. All right. And yeah, those two stretches, you know, for the quads, it's just the easiest way to stretch these muscles as well with the hip flexors a little bit. And you can, I'm gonna just show you one more stretching exercise, all right? That is on the floor. And then I'm gonna just answer to the last couple of comments, and I'm gonna just stop the stream. In this case, what you're gonna do is you wanna like lay down. So you're gonna first sit in this position with your legs. Yeah, probably you can't see anything. So I'm gonna try to move the phone down here. So hopefully you can see a little bit more. Let's see, wait a second. Because this camera is a little bit weird. All right. So you wanna sit like this, see? Right. With your feet towards your side. So this is already a stretch for the tibialis anterior, so the muscle you train by lifting up the toes and walking on the heels. Right? And then from this position, what you're gonna do is you're gonna keep your abs tight, contracted, and you're gonna try to slowly go down, but without arching your low back, because otherwise you are not really stretching much your hip flexors. So you want to stretch both your quads and your hip flexors with this exercise. So yeah, just make sure that you keep your abs tight so that your lower back doesn't arch too much. All right, so from here, and then for example, this position already, I feel a lot of stretch, and I keep my abs tight to not have any problems with my low back, and I just hold this position. This is a very nice stretch for the quads again, for the hip flexors. If you are more flexible, you can even like go completely down. And you can see here that my knees are not touching the floor. That's because of the fact that I'm not flexible enough. But this position is a little bit harder on your low back because it's harder to keep your abs tight to keep the position correct. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So once again, thank you for all of you who have watched the stream. Thank you for the comments. I'm gonna just read them down now. Okay, so by the way, will you have some background music in the back when you're doing these workout streams? Though I don't, because I prefer working out without music. Because music, research has shown that music has a bit of effect as a doping effect. So you feel less fatigued and you don't concentrate much on what you're doing. And therefore, yeah, it's a little bit of a distracting part, and that helps you to go through the workout more easily. So that's why I prefer doing it with no music, just concentrating what I'm doing, feeling my body, and having my brain 100% to the muscles I'm using and the exercise I'm doing. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed the stream. So thank you for your comments, for the thumbs up. I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, have a great day and stay well. God bless you. Bye bye.